and light. What's going on, guys? It's your girl Crystal, the Raw Spiritual Guru, coming through with a new video today. Peace, love, and light, guys. So if this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for returning. To all, I thank you for your time and your energy. You could be anywhere, but you're here with me today, and for that, thank you. All right, so first and foremost, if you don't know, the IC is named after my Metaphysical Shop, where you can find your handmade copper and crystal jewelry and magical tools. So make sure you check out your girl. The link is below, rootsoflife123.com. Make sure you join the tribe by subscribing today. Check me out on all my social media platforms. I'm on Instagram as well as Facebook under the IC. Okay, guys, so this is going to be one of the spiritual talk videos today. So this is basically a video about working with a particular deity of the Heru, and the deity that I personally worked with was Heru. So I got a chance to work with powerful god Heru in April, and I'm going to just tell you about Heru, give you some tips if you wanted to work with this powerful deity, as well as my experience with Heru, right? So I got some notes down, so we're going to be basically I'm going to be reading off of here and then just telling you guys my experience as well. So Heru is a part of the Heru. He is a part of the Holy Trinity with Set and Arseer and their child Heru. He is also, he have another name as Horus or Jesus, but this is like the statue of Heru, and I just basically wanted to show you guys a statue of Heru. This is the statue that I used when I was working with the deity. So Heru, right? So Heru is such a powerful deity. I usually work with a lot of the goddesses, but I was geared to work with Heru. Like every year I try to work with a Heru deity, and I was literally trying to think about who I wanted to work with. So it was going to be between Sebek and Heru. Actually, Heru, it was going to be between Sebek and Set. But I had a dream, and in my dream, Heru presented himself. So I was basically geared to work with Heru, and I'm very happy that I did, because when I tell you, like, Heru helped me on so many levels, it don't make any sense, right? So we talk about the deity of willpower. He governs the heart space. Honestly, it was like an amazing experience. So let's talk about Heru first, because I know you guys probably came for that. Then I'll talk about my experience, okay? So Heru is the Khemetic name is Heru, but also known as Horus or Jesus, the hero deity, right? The Yoruba name is Shango. So Heru could also be named Shango with the Yoruba tribe. The day that Heru governs is Sunday. The planet is the sun. The number is 6. Heru colors are white and red, i.e. what I have on. So the best time of the year to work with Heru is during the Sidereal full moon in Leo. The oils or incense of Heru's choice is frankincense. Some herbs of Heru's are bay leaves, coxcomb. I can't pronounce this word. I think it's geranium. It's Geranium, and that's an oil as well for Heru. Sorry, I can't pronounce it. And popular leaves. So the time of day that Heru is usually in is from 9 a.m. to noon, but on Sundays Heru is in all day. So if you wanted to work with the deity, Sunday is the day that you can work with the deity all day. Other than that, the deity is in between 9 a.m. and noon. So it's very important for you to honor that time. Otherwise, it's really not going to be beneficial for you with your work with certain deities. You got to remember, it's an ebb and flow of everything. So each deity governs a certain time as well as a certain day. So the best time of the year as well, I know I said the Sidereal full moon in Leo, but also between May 5th and June 21st. So actually within this time frame now. So from May 5th to June 21st is really a great time to work with this deity as well. Now the reason why I worked with the deity in April is because I was called to work with the deity in April. You know, so when I started getting more information, I said, well, it'll be better for me to work with the deity in May, but everything happens for a reason, and Spirit wanted me to handle that in April. So I just did what I was followed to do. So the directions for Heru is west for the spiritual direction, and for the mundane direction is northeast. So that's where you will usually put like your Heru statue or picture, depending on if you want to work with this deity spiritually or on the physical mundane level. The mantras for Heru is the spiritual mantra is Harum. So it's HRIM. And then the planetary mantra is Harang, Harang, Harang. So I'm going to try to put the mantras down below in case you guys wanted the mantras. I'll try to put that in the description. So the stone for Heru is garnet as well. So I'm just trying to see if it's anything that I missed. So I would say some good aspects, because you know everything is duality, right? So some good aspects of the deity is nobility, proud, full of vitality, authoritative, desire of power and leadership, strong-willed. Some bad traits can be arrogant, extravagant, indecisive, prideful, and egotistical, right? But ultimately, Heru deals with the will, right? Willpower, the will, discipline, insights, freedoms. Like, Heru is just a strong deity known as the hero deity. So, have very various names. The sun god, have just a strong connection with the sun and the trace of this energy. So let me see. I did write notes, but I'm not going to really just tell y'all my notes that I wrote. I'm going to just tell y'all my experience. I just wanted to give y'all the overview as far as like what Heru, what the of Heru is. But yeah, so it's just basically like the willpower, making decisions, and dealing with your heart, right? So the reason why I decided to work with Heru is, number one, like if you know that my channel is named TheRAWSpiritualGuru.I, my name is Crystal, so that's where I got C from. So originally it was going to be the I, and I just have this thing with the I, like the I just follows me, you know. So I, like, if you see on my choker, I have the eye of Heru on here, like and I have the Ankh in here. So it's like I'm really like intertwined with the Netaru and the eye symbol. So so with working with the eye of Heru, the protection, using this deity to call upon this deity for your protection, right? So like during April, I was just basically trying to overcome certain things, and I was like, you know what, you know, I need to be more focused, more clear-minded, and more focused. I need to you know, tap back into my strength, into my discipline, into the will. I need to heal certain aspects of my heart. It's still like lingering things that is affecting me and like is bringing up traumatic experiences. And you know, healing is never linear, so always be easy on yourself, but it's always great to identify your strength and your weaknesses, right? So when I worked with Heru, it was such a beautiful experience, right? Because it was really different than the other experiences that I worked with the other deities. Um, when I do the mantras, I usually always do the planetary mantra. I don't really do the spiritual one, and it, it's to each his own, right? But I usually do the planetary mantras, and I'll go into a deep meditation and gain a connection with the deity, or gain the messages that the deity had for me. So during this, I did a 21-day journey. I usually try to do 21 days with each deity I choose to work with. So I did a 21-day journey with Heru, being very mindful of the time of day. Like if I was busy during that time, then I would just still do altar work later and do meditation. But every day I was off, or Sundays, I made it a priority to work with this deity. Because one thing is, when you work with the Netaru, you definitely have to be strict and disciplined, okay? These are powerful deities. They're very old deities and very powerful. So it's nothing but the utmost respect for these deities. You're going to come on time. You're going to come correct. You're going to come bearing gifts, and you're going to come with respect. So it's just important before you work with any of these deities to really have that mindset that you're going to do this. Set the time frame that you want to do this. Even if you choose to do it for one day, do it on that day that is for the deity. But I'm telling you, you'll need longer than one day, because you might not gain the benefit or the message that you need to gain from working with the deity, right? So it's really your discretion. I always do 21 days. You could do a whole month if you choose. You could do the full session that the deity is in season if you choose. It's truly up to you, right? So when I did my work with Heru, I always made sure I was cleansed. So before I did any type of altar work with this deity, I took a fresh either bath or shower, cleansed myself, sage my area, or like I use my aura spray the area, cleanse the energy, and then basically have a clear mind, a level mind, set my intention as to what it is that I want to gain, or just listen. So when I was working with this deity, I was geared to just listen. Usually I try to control things, and like I was trying to just listen to my ancestors as far as just receiving messages. So when I worked with Heru this time, I just listened. I fell into meditation, and I just allowed the messages to come through to me, right? In some meditations, the deity presented themselves. In some meditations, I would just present it with messages. So honestly, it was just very eye-opening. During the whole time that I worked with Heru, I kept it in a journal. So I documented my meditation sessions or the messages that I received. During the meditations with working with Heru, I actually, I always do offerings and libations, but usually when I work with the deities, I try to make them their own gift. So I made Heru a gift. I created a gift with my hands, and you can do it as well. I know Heru stone is garnet, so I created Heru a pendant with the eye and garnet, and that's a personal pendant that I made for the deity. You could do whatever you choose. If you wanted to just buy garnet crystals, if you wanted to buy a piece of jewelry with garnet and, offer it to the deity, if you wanted to work with Heru, you could do so. What I did when I worked directly with Heru, like on the days or his time frame, I personally lit a white candle and I put frankincense oil in it, and that was just giving thanks for the messages that I was receiving from the deity, and a light as well to lead me to whatever messages that I need to gain. So I mean, I'm different. That was just an extra step if that's something that you want to do, but that's what I did. So as far as that too, I felt it was important for me to work with this deity just because like I'm highly spiritual, and I'm always I'm trying to control my gifts as far as receiving messages, because sometimes they could just come at me and it could be overwhelming, right? So the eye is deemed to protect us. The eye is deemed for us to see things as they are, to see where our spiritual sight, as well as to heal, you know. So I'm tapping more into my healing gifts as well, you know, and working with Heru governed the heart space. It was things within my heart that I needed to go into deep meditation to heal. I had to basically forgive and be forgiven within meditation. You know, I literally had to let go of the restraints that my heart was holding on to my full being, right? So I think a lot of times we just think of Heru with the willpower aspect and the discipline and being a natural born leader and just, you know, being a hero and just, you know, going for the goal. But we forget we forget that he governs the heart space, right? Like we forget that he can help cool your heart down. You know, he covers the heart space. So even if you're having like heart conditions, you may need to tap into your inner Heru to heal that. So any type of heart conditions you might be having, you might want to really tap into your inner Heru and ask for healing. Start doing mantras and chants or affirmations like, I am healed with the power of Heru. You know, whatever I am chant you would like to do, but you can do that as well. But it's going to really be up to you for you to be serious about whatever it is you're asking the deity to help you with. Whether it is you're asking for something personally, or if you're asking for healing, or you're asking for strength, whatever it is, be solid, be clear, and make sure you come from a space with true intentions and respect. Like that's just most important, right? So initially I was a little intimidated with working with Heru because when I had the dream I was just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh, so I gotta work with Heru. Oh, I'm a little intimidated, you know. But you know, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna work with this deity. I'm gonna make sure everything gets done. I'm gonna be on point, and I'm happy that I did choose to work with Heru. Honestly, it was just a beautiful experience. You know, when I did work with him, you could wear red, you could wear white, you could wear white and red, whatever you choose, whatever you have. Make sure, you know, you wear the colors to respect the deities. I lit frankincense and myrrh. I lit frankincense incense, or I just lit the candle with some frankincense oil for the deity. One thing is, it definitely had me very clear-minded. It allowed me to see things a little bit more clearly and allow me to really just be more structured in what it is that I want. Okay, like, why am I asking for healing? What is it that I want to come of this? Who is it that I want to be? Like, because when you work with the deities, you're really working with yourself. So I was working with the faculties within myself, okay? My heart space, my will, my discipline, my sight, my healing. So at the end of the day, it was very beneficial and very powerful, okay? So I really hoped this video helps you guys out. You know, I just didn't want to make it too long. At the end of the day, if you guys have any additional questions, please make sure you comment below. I'm here to help you. Each one teach one. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel, guys. Until next time, sending you guys